talk about the Battle of the Nature Boys. Buddy Rogers, again, Carmella knew Buddy Rogers. They were very close. It was easy for me to get in there. And Buddy Rogers came and did some of my shows. After Carmella got out of the business per se, he did some shows for me. He was a guest referee. Okay, so I had a match in New Jersey. It was Bam Bam Bigelow against Dr. Death Steve Williams, and Buddy Rogers was the guest referee. Why? Okay, that was, no reason other than Buddy Rogers was from Jersey. Well, one time I was talking to Buddy in the back, and it was just a whim. And I will take a step back. I was trying to get Ric Flair at one of my shows.
Yeah, I was going to ask you that too. Yeah. Okay.
And we agreed on a number. It wasn't the money. But by the time I was getting ready to put everything together, he signed up with WCW or WW, whatever it was, and I wasn't going to get him. So I had talked to Nature Boy. I got, and here I was actually in my mind was going to have Buddy Rogers against Ric Flair. I'm sorry, Buddy Landell against Ric Flair. I never even thought about Buddy Rogers. So one day I'm talking to him because the Ric Flair wasn't going to happen. And I said to him, I got a question for you. Any chance I can get you to do a Battle of the Nature Boys with Landell? And I swear to God to you, both of them were gone. So nobody can witness this. They're looking down. It took him 3 seconds. And he said, I'll do it. And I was taken back by it. I said, well, wait a second. We got to do this on the card. And let's do this. We'll book it for this and this and this. And we'll run a little match here and there. And we'll write a little story. And Buddy Rogers says to me, if I'm going to wrestle, I want to wrestle in the 90s. Because that way I wrestled in the 90s, 80s, 70s, 60s, and 50s. I want to wrestle in 5 different decades. He then starts to work out. I just wanted him to run a match. I didn't need him to be the wrestler. He starts working out, and he used to spend 2 to 3 hours in the gym every day. Mm-hmm. Now, Buddy Landell comes up to me, and God bless Buddy. Buddy says to me, I assume you want Buddy Rogers to win this thing. How about if we let's do a match that takes a minute. Let him beat the living shit out of me and surprise everybody. Well, nobody expected that. First of all, I wasn't going to ask Buddy Landell to lay down for Buddy Rogers. I certainly wasn't going to ask Buddy Rogers to lay down for Buddy Landell. I wasn't sure what the finish was going to be. Landell came up with the finish.
That's a pro.
Let's jab back and forth for minutes, give everybody some happy, and then let's do 1 minute. Let them beat the living hell out of me. No comeback. 1, 2, 3. Clean fit. That was Buddy's finish. But that's what happened with my guys. When the people that were working for me, they understood the wrestling business. Okay, Buddy Landell knew he couldn't beat Buddy Rogers. Okay, and so he said to me, let him knock me the hell out. 1, 2, 3, put Rogers over. Okay, and I said, well, you mean you're going to attack him afterward? No, I'll be deader than dead. I let him parade around. That's how I got Owen Hart. Okay, that's how, these guys all understood the business. I didn't have to give them finishes. I didn't have to give them times. The only thing they always said to me was, how much time do we have? And I never said, I need 19 minutes. I said, I'll tell you what I need. I need a crowd-popping match. I don't care if the match takes 50 minutes or 30 minutes. The problem is, if every match takes 50 minutes, we'll be here all day. Okay? So they understood the bit, and then they understood where I put them on the card. If it was the first match, they can only do certain things. If it's main event, it's main event.
Mm-hmm. Were you going to have Flair involved in the Landell Rogers deal?
I wanted. Well, actually, my original game plan was to have Buddy Landell against Ric Flair. Okay, and then Buddy Rogers come out and challenge whoever wins. That's what that was in my mind. Never happened. That's what I wanted to have happen because I didn't perceive myself. I didn't think I was going to get Buddy Rogers to wrestle.